Seeing more people going for the clearing run, including my boss, I decided it looked like fun and to give it a go myself. And it went... Okay, I'll go to Rosewood. Not all things went to plan, and suddenly I'm working on the same video for whole months. I expected it to release in about a week, but here we are. Anyway, I'll be playing on mostly extremely rare and rare loot, insane population, or 4 times the regular amount of zombies, and zombie respawn is off for this one. Also, I'm running a bunch of mods like expanded helicopter events, scrap weapons, and firearms B41. My character build is mostly a repairman, 0 to hero style. Anyway, yeah, post-editing flame here, this was supposed to come out in November. Yeah. A few videos that I made in the meantime, like the Westwind experience, was actually made from footage of this series, but the failed attempts, which I'm also using for the intro footage. I'm pretty sure this intro is too long already, so... Starting off the run, about 9 failed runs later, I start in a police station and immediately bolt for the weapon lockers, as the failed attempts have conditioned me to just go hard right away. Running outside all excited to get to shoot guns this time around, I make my way to the little field and start shooting to both train my shooting XP and lure the zombies further away from the firehouse. But when I'm already starting to get exhausted, I'm quickly reminded that, oh yeah, I have literally 0 fitness right now. So I make my way back to the firehouse, dropping the shotgun and using a knife to expend as little stamina as possible. This goes on for a bit, finding a watch in the process, and following this I clear the fire station, or well, make an attempt to, before just grabbing a thread mill and making my way back to the police station. I cannot fight right now due to my low passive skills, so after losing the zombies in the police station and resting up, I set up the thread mill in the surveillance room and get to running. Now, this is pretty much the part of the video that I'll have some of you watching rushing to download the mod, and others shutting off the video disliking it, calling me a scrub. The thing is though, I don't care. Running all the way until the morning of day 2, taking a short nap on the chair. Now that I'm not out of breath from walking up a flight of stairs like your average gamer, I feel a lot more comfortable in fighting the zombies and get to work re-clearing out the police station. It's pretty much destroyed by the time I'm done, but I only really need 1 or 2 rooms intact anyway. Afterwards, I go for the firehouse again to make another attempt at clearing it out. This all goes well, and I run into the staircase zombie for the first time. We'll be well acquainted soon enough, as he'll be our one and only roommate for the rest of the run. As for the other guys living here, well... I get myself a bag and such out of the locker room and find plenty of weapons in the garage downstairs. Once I'm set up, I spend the rest of the day clearing in the surrounding area. And after reaching up to the courthouse, get myself a bike that goes way too fast. Trying to hit up the local kitchens for food, I run into my first real close call to run already. Now, I didn't get away scot-free. I almost got grabbed and tripped, causing me to walk with a limp. Juking the zombies to get back on my bike, I just go back home though. Unfortunately, it seems there's a surprise party going on back home. Putting the food away from Hell's Kitchen, I grab a thread mill from downstairs and move it upstairs so I can run away tonight once again. Still eating like a college student though. Waking up at 6, I run on the treadmill while watching TV. After channeling my inner nuclear badger and cooking myself up a rodent to eat, even though I've got all this food in the fridge,
I go straight for the school and hit up a tree with my best That Guy Preds impression. Hi, I'm That Guy Preds, and I'm here today to talk to you about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Pretty much just here for lunchboxes, because, well, no way am I winning any type of fight out right now, so after grabbing a few of those and some magazines, I'll just get the hell out of here as soon as I can. As such, I get back home by noon. Unfortunately, my Chad motorcycle has attracted some fans, and I deal with them appropriately. Before once again spending the rest of the day running. On day 4, I get jumpscared by Staircase Lenny, make sure the firehouse is secure, and I take my shotgun out to the main street for some fun. Somewhere along the way, a car alarm goes off, causing even more zombies to come my way, because apparently a shotgun just wasn't loud enough. The thing is though, nothing, and I mean nothing, can stop me from hitting up that buffet to get myself some pizza before they go off.
Huzzah!
After emptying out the fridges there and once again nearly getting murdered, I do kinda realize I've made a great mistake, and as such, retreat back to the firehouse instead, where Staircase Lenny always knows what to say. After resting up, I clean up the outside, and take note of this is the only time in this entire run I use a washing machine. Will I actually get my clothes? Now that I'm all freshened up, I make my way over to the police station, as believe it or not, I did not actually empty out the locker. So, I'm gonna take this stuff back home, after which, come on, you know what I'm gonna do. After my run, I spend just a little time sorting out my weaponry and grab some lunch from the fridge in the form of leftover
Pizza! Pizza, pizza, going tummy, me so hungry, me so hungry.
and make my way back to the courthouse and slap some zombies with my stick. Going back to Hell's Kitchen afterwards to settle the score. And empty the fridge. It's getting late though, and I just go back home again for the night. I wonder how sore my legs are. Waking up the next morning, I cook up a big meaty breakfast, load up my mags, and head back out. The guys from yesterday follow me home, but that's nothing a window can't handle. After killing the ones following me directly in and watching the others pass me by, I go back to run on the treadmill for the afternoon. Once I'm done there, and getting jump scared by Staircase Lenny, I clear out the field in the back and go back into town to slap more zombies with my stick.
Shank, shank.
When a jet flies straight over me, I hop over the fence and attempt to hide in the nearby buildings. But I haven't cleared this area out yet, so I'm forced to retreat instead, finding a garage to hide in. And resting up before making my way back home, by hopping yet another fence. I make myself a midnight snack, go for one run, and go to sleep for approximately 3 hours. Or like a power nap, really. Afterwards, guess what? I run on the treadmill, while watching the morning cooking show out of the back of my head. Jump scared and shotgun in hand, I drive a truck to the gas station in order to both fill it up and lure the zombies away in the area, so I can deal with them later. Half a box of shells and a run through the tree line later, all except a few of them have stopped following me, and I take those out with my knife. Quick stop at the pizza parlor, and I fill up my truck and drive back home. Not before stopping at Spiffos though. Come on, it's Spiffos. Unfortunately, a large amount of zombies from the field at the start of the week have once again made their way over, and I'm forced to protect my area. When I start getting tired though, I just sneak my way inside to rest up, eat a meal, and then jump back out the window so I can quite literally get the jump on them. Once done, I'm drowsy again, and I sleep till midnight. Cooking up a meal and storing it in the fridge, I spent the night and early morning organizing and exercising. Once the sun is out, I go back to clearing the town. Taking a red sedan for the same treatment as the truck, as I remember, I actually have a key for this one. Looks like the gas station population is already starting to return though, so still slightly fatigued from fighting the earlier zombies, I'm forced to take on these ones as well. After this is done, I rest up and make my way into a diner. Though at this point, I start getting drowsy again, as I've already been up for 13 hours. Now, you might think I'll just go back home or to the gas station, but instead I decide to clear the building, move a little plastic chair into the storage room, and take a 30-minute power nap. Go home afterwards and spend the night on the treadmill. I wonder why I even slept in that chair. Waking up and washing up, I eat yesterday's roast and decide Staircase Lenny's been around long enough. And I go down and pathetically fail to take him out and nearly get jumped from behind in the process. He's dead now though. Today is a special day as I decide to drive all the way up to the military surplus store. Securing some food in the area, I hit up a doctor's post first, but accidentally jumps through a window, cutting my left arm. This isn't the worst injury, but I'm moving items slower now. There's a fair amount of zombies at the military surplus store, and I figure window tricking them would be my best course of actions to start with, though they force me back outside soon enough. I'll just speed it up some more and let it play out. Emptying out pretty much everything but the clothing from the shop, I spent all night driving back to truly make this a one-day trip. Though, I can't see shit.
I can't see! I can't see!
My pants!
Arriving back home at 4 AM of the next day, and sleeping in until 7. Most of day 9 is spent storing and ordering all the loot that I got from the previous day. Also, the water's gone out. Spent some time in the evening trying out the machete by clearing out the courthouse again. And then concerned over the power going out, I pretty much bum rush getting level 9 fitness. I don't have a generator right now, I don't know where to find it, so I'm just going for it. Day 10? Day 11? I'm just running, dude. Though, I reached level 9 fitness by the evening of day 11. After which, I once again spend my evening slaughtering the local Rosewood residents in order to clear the road to the bookstore. I even make sure to go into the apartments to make sure no zombies go untouched. keeping this up late into the night, crossing over to the next day, using the local buildings to lose them and rest up whenever I need to. After finally reaching the bookstore, I grab what I think I might need, including the magazines and all the books in every series that I can find, and store it all in one bookcase back home. After storing the rest, I make my way back out again by 5:30 and reach the school. I'm not here to clear though, I'm only here to find specific books and magazines, as I want to make scrap blades. I don't find it here though. Smacking into a lamppost at full speed on the way home, I end up fine somehow and spend the rest of the day reading until the late afternoon, and then disassembling furniture. And then more reading books. Pretty much going on until the afternoon of day 13, I wake up after a nap and get equipped to head to the prison. Now, I'm thinking, I can probably get a bunch of kills, lure a ton of them away, and get into the weapon locker. That idea is squashed pretty much the second I arrive, but I try anyway. The problem here is that even when you lead them away, that just means more zombies fill up their slots, and now they're behind you too. So as I get tired, I just go for my car and get swarmed as I try to drive off. I'm panicking, this nearly ends my run, but bumping once, I manage to get enough speed to actually get away from this shit. I just go home and cry for the day. With a new day comes a new plan. I have one bottle of bourbon, and there's a pub in town. That's the plan. Burn down zombies while it's raining, and collect the bourbon. I spend what feels like an eternity circling them around, being very careful and not let them touch the grass or the building, because I really don't want this shit to spread. After I've collected enough bourbon, I grab another car and my gang crashes on the drive out. This has some effects on my save game. First off, and most noticeable, it's midnight again. Everything that's happened still happened, but the clock got turned back somehow. One more thing got glitched out, but I'll let you know when I run into it. So I start off day 14 again, and at 5 AM, immediately work my way to the prison for the next mass burning. Kinda missed my Molotov, but I make it work at the end, circling and drawing attention the entire way, as the numbers keep getting replenished. Though I spent a long time burning these zombies. And once I think none of them are burning anymore, I make my way into the building. This is a huge mistake, as I lead one flaming zombie straight into the building. This results in me burning the entire building down. Including the weapons. I managed to grab very little bullets, and pretty much no guns, as there was only another shotgun here. nearly getting myself killed by cornering myself with both fire and burning zombies. Having to jump off the roof, I'm forced to make my way through the prison with my terrible sense of direction. After resting up in the dumbest way possible, getting injured but not bitten, after a couple of wrong turns, I managed to find my way out of the prison. Getting home by 6 PM, I put my sad loot and weapons away, and due to my injuries, realize I'm gonna have to spend some time resting up. What this means is, I pretty much just spent the whole day reading. Day 16, I go back out after breakfast and come to find a fair amount of the town has had the whole zombie population straight up respawn. This is the other crash effect I mentioned earlier. And that's why I'm clearing out the police station even though it spawned in empty. Now, eagle-eyed viewers will notice that at this point, the power's been off for a solid while now. Pretty much all I do all day is killing zombies, go back home, go back out, and kill zombies. Only really sleeping to keep the sleep schedule going, though I still wake up way too early without the alarm even going off. Go back into town to see if I missed anything at the library, and come to find the zombies really missed me. The only real things of note today was finding welder supplies and a generator. Filled it up, and now I got power again. Though I could probably last without, I like both my oven and my lights. Spent the night reading Metalworking Volume 1. On day 18, I make my way over to the school in order to disassemble all the metal lockers for Metalworking XP. I keep shooting, but they just keep coming. At this point, I'm gonna run out of ammo before I get them all. There's no end to him. What was I thinking? After leading him into the woods, I retreat back to the school to conserve my stamina. After a short clearing session, I get in and have just enough propane to get to level 1 and about halfway to level 2. Fortunately, I know where to find myself another propane tank, and grab that one in the evening. Turns out the generator does make it so zombies come say hi from time to time, but I really don't mind as I'm trying to kill them anyway. On day 19, I finished off metalworking level 2 and started looking into what options I have for crafting, right after being dragged into another fight. Figuring I want to come around here more often as I still need to clear out the residential nearby, I spent the rest of the day fortifying up the cafeteria using the tables inside. Once it's secure, I walk back home and go to bed. Waking up and having breakfast at 5, I decide to use the crowbar I found at the school yesterday to both train my maintenance and my neglected long blunt skill. Grabbing a snack in the Gigamart, I kill one boy stuck in between the shelves too. But yeah, this is pretty much my whole afternoon. By 3 PM, I call over a little too much, and this gives me the idea to make an escape route where I can always rest within the Gigamart. After letting down a sheet rope, I clear out the rest of the building again with my new outpost. Afterwards, I hit more zombies with my crowbar. This goes on for literally the entire day until the next day, so I'm speeding up everything real quick. Day 21, wake up at 7, and get on my quad to, you guessed it, hit the zombies with my crowbar. Thought this thing would have broken by now, but it's still going strong. Making immediate use of the Gigamart outpost the next day like this makes me think it needs something extra. Anyway, back to smacking zombies. Now, you might be wondering why I'm not using guns or anything else to get the job done quicker. It's because I burned down the prison armory and I pretty much don't have guns to use outside of a shotgun and pistols. I feel like if I tried to burn them down, I'd burn down the entire town, so I don't really want to do that one either. So, smacking them it is. Resting a brew cook in the rotten pizza parlor, I can't imagine it smells great in here. My crowbar's still going strong though. Around 5 PM, I start getting tired again, so I hit up the motel for a quick nap. Though when it breaks, I have no qualms about opening fire. But that is something to think about. I'm on an insane pop, firing my gun in the middle of the street, and I'm pretty much clean. Except for the guys following me, of course. Outside this group though, there's pretty much nothing coming towards me, so for my purposes, I'm pretty much almost done here. After a long day of murder, I get home by 3 AM, eat some candy, and go to bed. Day 22, I take the machete out again. I actually have +2 in long blade, but I have so little of them, I rarely get to use them. Anyway, I spent the day largely focusing on areas I know still have clusters and areas I have yet to explore properly. I stopped for a bit to secure a building and trade on my carpentry skill though. Once most of the weapons I took with me are broken, I fully transition into I'll use what I can find mode. Go into an apartment for some furniture and grab not a bed, but a couch. Move a couch into the Gigamart outpost and immediately afterwards take a nap. I do go back home in the evening when I wake up though, I just didn't want to travel tired. Once home, I take another look at what I can make, and end up on these metal clubs, going back to the Gigamart to find myself some extra tin cans. After reading Metalworking Volume 2, I make 2 of these tin can clubs, equip them both, and go into town to test them out. Didn't factor in my lack of sleep though, and quickly retreat into a random building to sneak into and take another nap. Afterwards, back in the northern, richer area Rosewood, you know, the fenced-in parts, I find my truck again and drive it through the street, blaring the horns to attract any zombies left towards me. Though it's pretty much nothing but stragglers. And again, this is on insane pop. Get home around midnight, get up at 5 AM and out by 8. Now I like Project Zomboid, it's my favorite game. But if I make just Zomboid content for another year, I'm gonna lose my goddamn mind. Now, early next year I should be able to afford a new PC. What that means for me is editing is gonna get a lot easier, and I get to make more types of content. Now, it'll still be Zomboid for a while, but soon enough, it won't be just Zomboid anymore. Now, if you like the edits, feel free to stick around, as hopefully by next year I'll be able to upload more often. There's also a Discord with, oh man, I guess. So if you want to see a graveyard, you know, join the Discord. I go a little crazy and even clear the outskirts of the city, you know, just in case. I get a good opportunity for another clearing run in the parking lot though. I even hit up the Ashy pub. Still some guys behind the counter. Somehow. By this point, I'm just trying to get the job done, so when I see a larger group in a field, I open fire. Got home and spent the night training reloading using 3 9mm mags. Day 25 is in the lower residential area, honking my horn once again to attract them towards me. Again, for the insane pop, the amount that actually come to me is pathetic. Like a proper chav, I spent a solid amount of time shanking them outside the school as knives barely used any stamina, pairing well with my level 9 fitness. Now, there's actually still a decent amount hidden away here, and I take them all out with no issues. We're past the point that I need to run away from most things, and by this point, Cliff Ellington is a killing machine. No clue our group this size came from, but hey, good for me. By day 26 though, the monotony is getting to me. Eat, kill, sleep. Taking out a stop sign, I go back to the school at midnight and just go nuts. Near 6 AM, I notice the school's overrun again. Rest up and get back to work. Stop sign breaks, but I'm seriously running out of things to say about killing zombies. Spend the night going into day 27, learning mechanics. Once I'm able to do so, I take out a police car so I can use its siren to drag out any stragglers left. Not even the siren seems to be doing that much. However, after the initial group, really, barely anything comes out at all, kinda signaling to me I'm really done here. Leave the siren on as I go for another residential, and yeah, you know. Only to come to find out they can break the siren. At least the neighborhood is clear now. Siren can't be fixed, so I'm back to the honk method. At 4:30, I spot a barricaded house with pretty much no zombies and a ton of weapons. And after emptying it out, I go on to take out the stragglers in the buildings and the streets. On the morning of day 28, I drive my quad through the last few places I can think of that I haven't been yet, quickly going through the areas I have been as well. Now, I'm gonna show every single zombie kill that I got on day 28. Are you ready? Alright, here we go. And I spent the entire day doing this. Yeah, that was all of them. Day 29, I spent the morning taking care of the final stragglers, but yeah, I'm done. I'm really done here, guys. There's nothing else for me to do. That's right, I clickbaited all of you. I only spent 29 days. At Rosewood, I managed to get a little over 500 kills with a gun, just over 2700 melee kills, and about 1400 kills using fire if you count the explosion itself. So I get that camper I passed over a dozen times, and on day 30, I'm prepared and drive off towards Marge Ridge.